Closing Forum has been in support of our center right from the very beginning of its inception. We're so grateful for all of the support, and we're very honored to have you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Serrano.
Thank you very much. It's really great to be here, and I love listening to the words of my friend, Borough President Ruben Diaz. He and I go way back. We went to school together as youngsters, and he is such a great affection for it. It sort of transcends politics, and it's a genuine friendship. And his leadership on this and many issues is extremely important. The fact that he's outspoken on this very important issue is something that is critical importance now more than ever before. Back in a little bit earlier today, I was with many of you who were in this room today. We had a roundtable discussion with Councilwoman Melissa Mark. We agreed to about ways to combat homophobia and transphobia in our community. This is a particularly sensitive problem because while we'd like to think that we've made so many great strides in areas like civil rights and human rights, in the Latino and African American community, in communities of color, there is still a bit of backward thinking at times. I'm going to come around from behind this. This is at Ruben's height. So there has been a major problem within our community where we don't see the drop in numbers of violence like we should. We don't see the drop in the numbers of HIV and AIDS in our community. And again, that has to do so much with the stigma that is still there within families, within the community. Having a very strong statement from the Bronx LGBTQ community with Tim and the Borough President, this really does give an opportunity for the young folks to reach the young folks, to give them the opportunity to know that their leaders support them and that they believe very strongly in them, and that hopefully that will bring people out of the shadows and bring them into a more safer, more nurturing environment. And there are many vehicles in which to do that. Many years before I became an elected official, I worked in the arts. My background is in theater. And the arts is one of those vehicles that sort of transcends everything. And one of the ways to break down homophobia and transphobia, I believe, in our community is to really support and promote the arts in places like the South Bronx and in East Harlem, because that brings everyone together, and it shows that all of us, regardless of sexual orientation, have so much to bring to the table. One other point that I wanted to mention, Tim was talking about the Bronx Pride event that's going to happen in July, and it goes on every year. I've gone every year, and I've been there with the Borough President. And every time that I go, the festival gets bigger and better and more enjoyable. It draws a mix of people. And I think to myself, man, 15 years ago, an event like this would have never been able to take place. In Petona Park, in broad daylight, with the amount of violence that was aimed at the gay and lesbian community, an event like that would never have taken place. There would have been violence, there would have been bloodshed, people would have gotten hurt. But it goes to show that even though we have such a long way to go, that there has been a very strong level of evolution that we should be proud of, and we should be highlighting that in the Bronx, we have an environment, thanks to people like Borough President Ruben Diaz, where the LGBT community feels that they can be safe. And that is one of the most important things that we as elected officials have to do and should do. And that is to ensure that everyone in our community feels safe, being who they are, being in their community, not having to be in the closet, not having to hide who they are in order to be safe. So I thank all of them for their wonderful support. Thank you.